Alright, question 4. Consider the following directed line segment, segment AB. What are the coordinates of the point that partitions segment AB according to a part-to-part ratio of 4 to 3? So again, this is giving me a graph, so I like to work with the graph versus the formula that is given in the lesson when I do have that option. So the first thing that I consider is what is the part-to-part ratio and what does that mean? So 4 to 3 part-to-part ratio means that since this is a directed line segment from A, they want 4 segments, 1, 2, 3, and then they want the point, and then they want 3 segments after. So this would have 1, 2, 3, 4 segments, 2, 1, 2, 3 segments after the point. So that's what they are. That is what the part-to-part ratio is meaning. So the first thing that I do is I convert it to a part-to-whole ratio. So how many total segments is there? Well, there's 4 before the point and 3 after. So there's a total of 7. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. So now I want to know, okay, since I'm starting from point A, that means there's going to be 4 segments because that was our first number in our ratio, and we start from point A since it's a directed line segment and the arrow is pointing at B. That means the ending point is at B. So our starting point is at A, ending point is at B because this arrow right there is indicating that's the direction of the line segment. So I know that starting at A, that means there's going to be 4 segments to the point. So I converted that to a part-to-whole, 4 to 7, and now I'm going to convert this to a fraction. It would be 4/7. I only want to go 4/7 of that distance. Now, since I have a graph, I find it really easy to count from A to B. So vertically it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It went up 14 units. So now I know that since I found my vertical distance, the total vertical distance is 14. So I only want to go 4/7 of the way up. So I'm going to multiply the vertical distance by our part-to-whole fraction. So 4/7 is my part-to-whole fraction times 14. Now if you were to multiply this out in your calculator, it would reduce down to 8. Now, the horizontal distance is over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 units long. Okay, so now we're going to multiply the horizontal distance, 4/7, multiply the horizontal distance by the part-to-whole fraction. So I only want to go 4/7 of that distance to land at my point. So that's going to multiply it by my total units of horizontal distance, which was 7. So 4/7 times 7 reduces down to 4. So now what does these two numbers represent? Okay, well, that represents the vertical, that represents if I only go up 8 units, 1, 2, 8, that means that the point is going to be up 8 units, and it's going to be at the intersection of being up 8 units and over 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is over 4 units. So where these two intersect on our directed line segment, that is our point that segments this 4 segments from A to 3 segments to B, or 4 segments part-to-whole, 4 segments compared to my total 7 segments. So the coordinates of this are -1, 0. Because we're at -1 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis.